Because I believe we're in a time frame where we need His covering even more than ever. So we need His covering. So this was a time that they celebrated. A couple other things that they celebrated and they thanked God for was light and water. And I don't think we always realize this, but this goes back to the wilderness for them. That light and water was a really big issue. In the desert, it gets very, very dark. And at night, they needed the pillar of fire, not only to give them warmth, because we always think, well, it's the desert, it's already warm. Not at night, it's not. It's extreme. Very hot in the day and incredibly cold at night. But there's no light. So they can't see anything. So the pillar of fire was their warmth. It was their guide. It was everything for them. And the water that God actually provided for them out of the rock. How incredible that we need water. We need the water of God's Word in our life. If you don't have God's Word functioning in your life, you will be a dry desert. And I've watched people who have been in church for 40 years. But they have let go of the water of the Word in their life, and they're dry and parched and dying and don't even realize they are. I once preached a sermon to you guys about, are you dying? Do you even notice that you are? Because I kept seeing these trees. I was driving down the road and I kept seeing these trees. In the middle of all the lively trees, I kept seeing trees that were dead as doornails. No leaves on them. And did anybody notice? Did anybody notice that these trees died right there in the middle of them? Did they notice? Sometimes we don't even know that we died. We just know we're not really functioning much. We're barely breathing. But you certainly aren't thriving. It's not hard to die in a wilderness. You just give up. You just kind of land there and sit there. We talked about the wilderness on Wednesday night and did an entire series on that. You can die in your wilderness. You can stay there and never come out of it. The Israelites could have died there, you guys. They went around in circles for 40 years. In circles. You ever looked at the map? It only took them like 11 days to go from one to the other. And God moved them in circles for an entire 40 years because of their disobedience. I sometimes look at that and think, well, you disobeyed God. This is how my brain functions, okay? You disobeyed God. You're following the cloud by day and the pillar of fire at night. And you disobeyed Him once. Now you're going to follow Him for the next 40 days. And all you had to do was kind of disobey Him one more time and just go off the other direction. And you could have made it there quicker. But that's me. I don't know. They couldn't follow Him the first time, but then they followed Him blindly after. Really? Didn't make much sense to me at all. But, this was the Israelites. And the sad part is we're no different. We really are not different, you guys. We are just as stubborn as they are. God stuck them in these booths because He wanted to remind them, the only person who has you covered is me. You don't get to even rest in a tent and think the tent has you covered. You lay in your bed at night and think, oh, I'm so thankful I have a roof over my house. I'm so thankful I have this. The one that covers you is God, not that roof. That's really what He wanted them to remember. He has our backs and He covers us. Truly, it's God that we need.
Yes.
And He is good to us. He is faithful. They celebrate the light and the warmth of the pillar of fire that led them through the wilderness. And they light a 75-foot menorah that used to be lit on the hill over Jerusalem above the city. Jesus said in John 8:12, I am the light of the world, and he who follows me will not walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. Have you ever seen somebody who's walking in darkness in this life? I have. I have watched people who are so in their dark, they don't even know they're in the dark. They've actually become accustomed to the dark. They've learned how to put one foot in front of the other and feel for furniture. They know how to get through the dark because they become so accustomed to it. They don't even know they're not in light. They're that lost. That's just what they're used to. And when you shine a light into their life and try to show it to them, they just look at you like you're crazy. I'm used to my dark. It's comfortable. I like my darkness. Not me. I like the light. I like God to shine his light in my life. Show me truth. But see, light's always kind of a scary thing. You ever shine a light in someone who's been in the dark for a long, long period of time? It hurts the eyes. When you shine light in a situation, when God shines light into your situation, that doesn't always feel good. In fact, it can be kind of painful. It hurts your eyes. Okay? And it'll sometimes make people just literally pull away from you.